This is Monterey's Cookin Pisto Style, featuring restaurateur and master chef John Pisto.
Hi, John Pisto. Welcome to Monterey's Cookin Pisto Style. I want to show you something, folks. Now, do you know what this is? Now, you never see it this way. These are broccoli, of course, right? Fresh broccoli. How would you like to go out to Man Packing out in Salinas Valley and see how these grow? And we'll pick some, and we'll go right out in the field, and we're going to learn some really important facts from some fantastic farmers. And maybe we can learn something. And I know I'm going to learn something. Okay, let's go. Well, we're out in beautiful Salinas Valley. I mean, take a look at this. Isn't this amazing? I mean, beautiful. I'm with my friend Alan Jensen. He's a grower of this beautiful broccoli. Alan, tell me a little bit about broccoli.
Well, John, first off, I'm a director of farming here with Man Packing Company, and this particular patch here is a patch grown by my family for Man Packing, and we're going to harvest this crop tomorrow. Broccoli originally came from Europe, from the ancient Romans, as I understand, and gradually moved here into the United States. And today, it's the #2 crop in dollar value in the Salinas Valley.
My God. And why is Salinas Valley, I understand, it's ideal for growing broccoli?
Yeah, it's the Salinas Valley is a semi-arid type of climate. We have except for this year, we have a limited amount of rainfall. But the Pacific Ocean, which is about 30 miles from here, has about an 85% influence on the climate through the year. And it's the coastal fog and marine layer that we get most all the time that kind of creates nature's own greenhouse, and that's just simply ideal for the cold crops that we grow here.
Interesting. Now, now you say you're going to be harvesting this tomorrow. Now, what exactly would they be doing as they come through here?
Well, tomorrow they'll come through and they'll cut the more mature heads, which are approximately 4.5 to 5 inches in diameter, and about 50% of this crop will be cut on what we call the top out. That's the first cut. And then this time of year, in about 5 days, we'll come back and cut the crop a second time. And either there may be a few heads left behind at that point, and we'll come back and cut it a third time, which is typically the number of times we cut a field.
Okay, Alan, these leaves are really interesting to me. Now, I don't see these in the store. When we see broccoli in the store, we see them with maybe a few of the leaves. Now, what happens to the leaves?
The leaves get mulched back into the ground. That's part of the organic material that we put back into the crop, and it acts as kind of a green fertilizer to enhance the crop that follows here.
Okay, now if I'm at the store, what should we tell people to look for if they're going to buy broccoli?
Well, if I can cut ahead, John, for you and
Absolutely.
show you what we're... yeah, this is
gorgeous.
Yeah, and I think if you're a consumer at the store and you're looking at a head of broccoli, what you want to look for is the nice, I call it blue-green color. You're looking at what we call the bead structure on the head being medium to medium fine. You want a semi-domed shaped head. You want a stalk that's approximately inch and a half in diameter.
Wow.
And what you don't want to look, or what you want to look for in a head that's not, it's been old, it's been on the shelf for a while, is the immature buds on the head itself will develop into flowers. And you can tell that by simply rubbing your hand over the top of the head. And if you get any white flowers, then that product is too old. But that's basically what you're looking for.
Look at this. I mean, it looks like it almost looks like it's made out of ceramic or something. It's just gorgeous. Alan, is this field now? This is going to be producing broccoli now. For how many times will you harvest here?
Well, we'll harvest this crop here, like I say, about the 3 times. We'll disc it up, incorporate the material back into the ground, and we'll rework the ground, and we'll schedule. We've got this field scheduled to plant broccoli here again in exactly 1 month.
So you're growing broccoli all year round?
Grow broccoli here year round.
So
harvest it year
this is
round.
one vegetable we can get every month, every day. It's always available fresh and so versatile. Well, I can't wait to take some of this stuff home and cook it. This is incredible with pasta. Sausage, it goes absolutely, I mean, it's just one of my favorites, without a doubt. Okay.
I think one of the other things, too, that's important to know is that broccoli in more recent times has been known to contain an agent it's an anti-cancer causing agent.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Very nutritious.
it's also a vitamin vegetable. That's the term Man Packing is coined for broccoli, and so it's just all-around good veggie.
And I'm sure we have to thank former President Bush for mentioning his love of broccoli. I bet it was the biggest thing that ever happened to you guys.
Yeah, that gives us a lot of publicity.
It's, you know, as those things, you know, people start eating it more, it makes people more aware of broccoli. Well, I know we've been eating it for a year. My parents have always been eating it, and we love it. Okay. There are those fields, wasn't it? Yeah, really nice. You know what we're going to do today? I've got some chuck roast, and I've got some spare ribs, and I got some Italian sausage. Okay? I think we're going to do a nice old-fashioned meat sauce. Now, you know, unless you're Italian and your grandmother made this is something that takes a little time to make, but it's worth it because it has some real strong, robust flavors in it. Okay, because it's going to take a little while to cook. You got to figure this is going to be just tender and just fall apart, and the meat's going to come right off the bone. Let me show you how we do this. A little different than your normal, regular sauce. Okay, we got to start with a little olive oil, and I'm using this beautiful Shabika. This is our olive oil from California, and we want to start the tomato sauce first. Okay, so let's start with some onion. And I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in there. And I'm going to get my pan real hot. And I'm using a cast iron over here. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, we got the cast iron pan going. Okay, just chop that up. I chop it real coarse. I know a lot of people have been saying they like the way I use my garlic, you know. Okay, carrots. I'm putting carrots in because the carrots are going to be make the sauce a little extra sweet. How much? I just use enough carrots, you know. I put 3 or 4 carrots into it. That's all. Okay, we got this going. Let me get my olive oil again. Now, what you want to do with the meat, because it brings out the flavor, is you want to brown it. Okay, so I'm using a nice heavy skillet. This is chuck roast without the bone. You can use the bone if you like, the one with the bone. Any other cut of meat, what else would you use? I don't know, inexpensive cut, because this is going to be cooking for a long time, okay? So an inexpensive cut is all you need, okay? Okay. So give it a little bit of salt. This is my parsley, it's already been cleaned. I'll chop that up. Put that in. Okay. So let this brown. See, the meat's starting to brown nice. Now, like I said, this is going to take a little while to cook. Now, it's very important. You got to use a tomato now that is liquidy. And if it's too thick, you can add some water to it, because it's very important that if it's too thick, it'll burn up on you. So you're going to have to check the consistency, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, this is brown just right. Let's add a tomato. These are strained tomatoes. Let's add one more. And I'm going to put a big shot of wine in here, too. In a minute. Okay, there's 2. Okay. How's our meat doing here? Yeah, that's great. You got nice that's browning. Okay, give it a little bit more salt. Mix that good. Now I'm using nice California red wine. Use red, don't use white. And I'd say put a nice cup and a half. Like I said, this has got to be thin. Now the red wine is going to add some real depth to the flavor. So do not omit it. Give it a little bit of salt. We're going to come back and salt it again. And we want some of our black pepper and some of our, we moved things around a little bit since last time. Okay, this is red pepper, you know, the crushed red. Right, just regular old crushed red pepper. A little on the spicy side is okay with me. Okay, you see how, now if this is too thick, it's okay to add water, because this is going to cook. Like, this is going to take at least 2 hours to cook. This is what I used to wake up in the morning. My mom would be cooking this on Sunday mornings. We'd have pasta with meat sauce, and you know, we'd fight over the sausages, and we, you know, who liked the spare ribs better than the meat. And this is the smell we woke up with in the morning. You know, so it's real comfort food, so to speak. And this, she'd start about 8 o'clock, and we'd go to church, and then we'd come back from church, and everything would be ready, and the pasta would be out, and the meat, and so we'd eat about noon. So this was the labor of love for Sunday mornings. Okay, get the meat good and brown. That's very important that we do that. And I'm going to use some tongs instead of knives. Okay. Now, I would give this about another 20 minutes cooking, okay? But to move things along, I'm going to put it in there now. Give it a little brown. It's okay. We put it in. Put this. Put this. Turn this off. Now, if you got a lot of meat in there, we'll deglaze that again. We don't want to lose all that beautiful stuff. And like I said, this is going to be cooking for such a long time. It's not going to hurt. Okay. All right. And put this on the back burner. Check it in 2 hours. Okay? We'll be back. Let's pull this stuff out. I want to show you something. I mean, that meat, if I shook it a little bit more, it would literally fall apart. You see that? Look. Isn't that nice? Okay, now we got the spare ribs. Boy, they are falling apart. All right. See what's nice about this? Oh, there's the sausage. We put in 2 token sausage. Where's the rest of the meat? Okay, there's the meat from the ribs. Okay. Now let's put that aside for now. And remember, I put almost a bottle of red wine in there. And look how nice and rich this is. Beautiful sauce. Beautiful sauce. Ah, okay. Now, broccoli. I've already cut these into florets. Now, the base. Let me show you again how to clean these. Don't throw these bases away, because this is the best part. Really, just get it and it'll peel. See? Or peel it that way if you like. You know, you can make soup with this part of it too, or you can give it to the kids to eat. You know, like I said before, this has got a nice crunch to it. Okay, cut them up like this. Boiling water. Okay, don't put the lid on this now. If you put the lid on your broccoli, you know what's going to happen? Do you? Whoops. Your broccoli is going to turn gray. And you know what gray broccoli? It'll taste okay, but it won't look very nice. Okay, boiling water. I'm going to use, these are called rotelli. Rotelli means wheels. Okay? into boiling water. I'm only going to put a half a pound because these guys have eaten it already. Okay, make sure the water's boiling, folks. Make sure this is boiling. All right. That come up to a boil. Now, we can taste our sauce and see if it needs anything at this time. Now, if you remember, we didn't add a lot of salt and pepper to it, right? Because, you know, this has gone down a good inch or more. Boy, does that taste good. Sorry about the slurping, but it was lip smacking. Put a little bit more of this, a bit more of this. Let's give this a couple minutes and we'll be back. Okay, let's put our dish together. Let's drain our pasta. Careful. Whoa. Stick to the bottom. Comes right out. Oh, these are nice. You know what I like about these pastas, folks? Is that all these little holes in it are gonna be sucked up by the juices now. And all the sauce is gonna get in there and the little bits of the meat and everything. Okay, let's put that there. That's a nice one. Kids love to eat that. You got a kid that's hard, that doesn't like eating too much? You feed him this kind of pasta and you see how he's gonna go crazy. Because it's so good and it's fun to eat. Look how rich this sauce is. Okay, let me do this first. Look at that. Okay, sauce is a little thin. I could have thickened it up a little bit, but that's okay. It's still good. It's still real concentrated and rich. Okay, now let's strain this broccoli. All right. Whew. Okay, strain it good. Get the water out. Now this is going to be a real nice, real easy one. Look at this. Olive oil. And this is going to make the best smell in the world. Lemon juice. Whoa. Okay. Lemon juice. And then some fresh garlic. And we don't need a lot. I'll just smash that with my hand. And just break it up. Okay, like this. I'm not putting a lot. This may seem like a lot, but it's not a lot. Okay, then stir it up. Let's put a little pepper. Okay, this is classic, simple, but you know what? If you could smell that garlic marrying with with the lemon juice and this olive oil, just a little more. Boy, I tell you, you got something just really, really special. Okay, now let's do. Now, if you were to serve this, this is how it's done first. Okay, you serve a little pasta as the first course. All right, that goes there. Let me clean that off a little bit. Okay, that's the first course. Put a little cheese. And then you bring the second course out. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna run out of room here. The second course is gonna be some broccoli. Make sure you get some of the stems. And let's just kind of, okay. So nice serving of broccoli. And then the meat course, and you give it maybe a sausage. Well, let's not be stingy. Let's give a sausage. But this is some of that spare rib. Look how tender that is. Boy, those are some good ribs. And then a chunk of this meat. Now, look at the string still on there. I mean, look at this. Look how tender that meat is. Like I said, chuck roast. You give a little bit of that. And you know something, folks? You got a meal fit for a king or a queen. Now, gotta have some wine. I'm gonna taste it. Believe me when I tell you, this is very good. Try this. Bye.